I am announcing that I have decided to enter the race to become leader of the Quebec Liberal Party, where it all began for me.
That was former Federal Transport Minister Pablo Rodriguez confirming he will sit as an independent MP in the House of Commons so he can focus on his political aspirations in Quebec. His announcement this morning was quite symbolic as he crossed the Alexandra Bridge connecting Ottawa to Gatineau, Quebec. So what could his bid to lead the provincial Liberals do for the race? Frédéric Bérard is with the University of Montreal and is a political commentator. So, Frédéric, what do you think this does for the race for the Liberal leadership, being that he would be the fifth candidate now?
Well, I think it's a very good catch for the Liberal Party because Rodriguez is a big name in Quebec, is a big name in elsewhere in Canada. He's been the minister for a while. He's been in the picture for quite a few years right now.
To win elections in Quebec, you have to win the Francophone vote. So how does he expand his base, considering he's also from Montreal?
Yeah, well, we do agree with that assessment. You need the Francophones if you want to be the Premier of Quebec, that's for sure. But you know what? As I said, Rodriguez is a well-known figure. He's quite mostly Francophone, even though he's from immigration. He speaks French perfectly well. He's way more Francophone than Anglophone. And don't forget that the Liberal Party of Quebec has been very popular with Francophones for so many years. So I think it's going to be, maybe not easy to reconquer the hearts of those Francophones, but it's certainly a possible mission for Rodriguez if he's elected as the leader, obviously.
But the thing is, Quebec has been at odds with the federal Liberals, so how does he define himself, differentiate himself over certain issues? And also, how does he differentiate himself with the CEQ? I mean, he said he would never hold a referendum, which the CEQ says.
Yeah, well, actually, that's a very good question you're asking here, because I think it's the greatest obstacle for Rodriguez would be for him to take his distance with the Liberal Party at the federal level. But the truth is that Rodriguez was obviously only a member of the government, and doesn't mean that he did support, in fact, each and every policy of the Trudeau's government. I think he's going to have to separate himself from Trudeau's government. That's obvious. But
against the CEQ, though, the CEQ had positioned itself as a nationalist party with an economic message. Pablo Rodriguez did say he would never hold a referendum, with the PQ gaining ground in the polls provincially.
Yes, I might be wrong, but I think that people in Quebec are starting to get fed up with that, CAC rhetoric on the fact that Ottawa is always against Quebec and this and that. So I think that they're looking to hear something else, fresh discourse, and I think that a guy like Rodriguez can bring that on the table. But as I said, I mean, it's certainly an obstacle for him at the same time, because his opponents will play on this. So it's going to depend on what is the reaction of the militants of the Liberal Party first, and second of all, if he's elected, the reaction of Quebec voters, especially Francophone. But if my hypothesis is good, I think that he has some chances to cross the bridge without any reference to what he did today, and bring Quebec somewhere else. And the fact that we have to get out of that, those little fights with Ottawa, which takes a lot of time and a lot of energy in the Quebec political debate. All
right, we'll have to see. He's expected to make an announcement formally in a couple of weeks. Frédéric Bérard, thank you.
Thanks to you. Bye-bye.